Hello everyone, how you doing? In today's sketch, I'm gonna be sketching from that top sketch you see right there that I did from back in 2016. This is an old style that I used to have. So now I'm trying to use the old style to create new stuff from. Okay, so now I'm marking off the paper where I want my sketch to go. And now I'm gonna start sketching. Right now I'm getting the feel for the letters. I never know how this is gonna go. I just put the pencil on paper and just let and see how things gonna go. I try to get like a basic shape of the letters and the structure. I try to get that down first to try to get an idea for what I want to do before I start adding extensions or whatnot. Sometimes I add the extensions, but I usually try to wait. So right now I started noticing that the sketch was starting to come too much like the one that I was referenced from. From 2016, that's what my style used to be. And I used to use a lot of extensions. But now I'm trying to not use as many extensions and try to focus more on the letters, in the structures of my letters and the flows and the connections and the interactions between letters. That's my main focus. My focus will always be the letters before characters or anything. So I'm still shaping and reshaping and trying to see how I want things to be. I want to try to do like some kind of E and K connection. I almost ran out of space for the O, which I have a hard time drawing O's as it is, but it's kind of look a little off. But it's pretty cool because most of the time, if I do characters, I mostly throw them on the left side, so it kind of balances out the piece. But right now, I'm still adjusting letters and trying to see how I want them to look and shaping them up, trying to get to a final sketch so I can start aligning. And I'm still checking the flow and the balance of the piece all together. Still working on that O. I just was not feeling that O. I have a hard time drawing O. And V's also. This had to be like the longest sketch that I actually sat down and sketched, but I'm trying to slow down and sketch a little bit more and get into sketching it a little bit more, because sometimes I was sketching, the first thing I sketch I would just take, but now I'm trying to get out of that habit. Trying to slow things down now and not make everything about speed. Still making my adjustments. I added my extensions. Now I'm lining the piece. I don't turn the paper or the book. I try not to do that regardless of what kind of artwork that I'm doing. I do not try to turn papers, or not, because that teaches me how to draw straight lines and things like that without moving the books and stuff, because I'm a tattoo artist. So I can't turn my client upside down to do lines and stuff, so I don't even try to make that a habit with people. So I slowed it down right here so a lot of people can see my speed and how I'm really taking my time with my line work and whatnot. Make sure that everything is good and straight. But if anything is not, then it's not like a big deal. You can always fix this stuff, or you can always start over. But you see, I try to move my whole hand and not draw from my wrist. also try to get from point A to point B. I try not to break up lines. Okay, now I'm doing my 3D. I don't usually do my 3D until I get my line work down, because sometimes I change the shape of the letters when I'm lining. I add things that's not there in the sketch, or sometimes I shift something. So then I do my 3D. I usually do my 3D by using my finger. As you can see at the bottom of the paper, I have my finger down there, and I just draw my 3D down to that vanishing point. All the smaller parts of the 3D fill-ins, I fill that in with the pen. Now the rest of it will be filled in with marker, or with a marker. Once again, slowing it down so you can see how I actually work. And y'all know when you see time lapse sometimes seems to trick you that people actually work fast. There's no need to rush into this stuff. Take your time. I always hear people speak about, well, how long did it take, or how fast are you doing it, or this, that. Speed should never be a part of the process. I mean, speed comes with experience. All in all, it took me maybe like an hour and maybe 20 minutes to draw this, even though I still took my time with it. Okay, so now I'm filling in the 3D with the marker. Prism marker. I try to find the same shade of color that's close to the outlining color, but sometimes that ain't always the case, but I found something that was close to it. I do have markers. I do want to do full color sketches. I will get into that in the future, but right now I'm just trying to grow the channel, so I'm not trying to get into things too quick, too fast, and you guys get bored with it. You're probably bored with it now, but the ones that come back and watch, thank you for coming back. If you have any questions, ask. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. If you have any suggestions, I welcome them in the comment section. Doing a little thicker outsides, that they call beefing up the letters. Now I'm grabbing my pencils. I usually use the gray pencils, my pencils, to fill in like extensions and stuff like that, to separate them from the letters. I don't know, that's something that I started doing. I started liking that look. So I just kept doing it, and I'm probably gonna keep doing it. Sometimes I use it like for the transparency and stuff like that, with shadows and things like that. I usually do it with the hardest pencil that I have, which is maybe like a 2B. I think that's the hardest one I have. And then I use a HB to make them a little darker, and I use my blending stuff to smooth them out a little bit. Now I'm putting like a little bit of detailing and stuff inside the letters. I just randomly do it. I just use circle squares or triangles or stripes or whatever. Okay, filling in the background with the pencil work. I'm getting ready to do my sketch lines, my hatch line, because I like the hatching in the background and make it a little bit more aggressive, if you will. So another thing that I started liking doing for some reason. Okay, this part I actually I lost a part of the drawing of the video because the file was corrupted. So that's why you didn't see me using the markers for the faces. And yes, I do these faces because I like doing them, Right now, I'm putting the eyes inside of the color markers. And I know you're probably gonna ask what I'm doing this with. This is a Sharpie. I don't think it's a paint marker. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's Sharpie. It's a creative marker. That's all I know. I don't know if it's paint or not. I just found it at Family Dollars for $2, and it works pretty good for me because I struggle with white paint markers. They don't never want to do right for some reason. I don't know what's up with that. So I'm pretty much coming to and to the end of the drawing now, adding a little bit more extra things in the background, little flow, stuff like that. Something that I just came up with. I kind of like the way it came out. So I'm pretty much done now at this point. Okay, signing it off. And thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments, likes, and let me know what you think. And if you want me to do more of these like this, I will. I try to talk more through my videos, but I'm not really like a talking type person. But you know, if you guys want me to do that, I'll do that for you. See you in the next one. I will be posting these on Wednesdays. If you into the graffiti thing, these will be posted on Wednesdays.